Don't get me wrong, guys, I absolutely love this car. It is one of my favorite electric cars at the moment, and I think it is very competitively priced. You're getting a lot of car for your money, you're getting a lot of features for your money, and a lot of battery and a lot of range, but it is far from perfect. And hate may be a strong word, but this is an ongoing series here on the channel where I make one video where I talk about things I hate, things I don't like, things I dislike, and there's also always a counterpart to this video called things I love, and that's going to be the next video. But with this car, there are actually things that I strongly dislike and may actually hate. So maybe that title is more befitting of this video than in any car we've tested recently. So guys, without further ado, let's jump into it, and I'll talk about the 7 things I hate about the new Audi A6 S6 Avant E-Tron. Audi are really known for their high quality, precision built interiors with impeccable fit and finish and beautiful materials. But it seems like this latest generation of Audi has actually taken a step backwards. Like, you have hard, scratchy plastics up top. This also is nasty. And then you have this whole cover around the door handle with this cover here that nobody knows why it's there. Yeah, there are a lot of cheap materials for being a car this expensive, and this is not cheap, this car. It is expensive. This car has these weird looking mirror housings because it's not a traditional mirror. There's a camera, there's also another camera there for your 360. They look weird. Apparently they give the car like, I don't know, 7 miles more range, 10 kilometers, whatever. But instead of having, yeah, they're not even on now. So if the car's off, you can't even check your blind spots like you're sitting in the car without the ignition on. Okay, yeah. You guys get the picture why I really don't like these. Like, when do they turn on? Okay, there we go. Now they're on. Yeah, I really hate these. I would never spend the 20,000 kroners or almost 2,000 euros in options for, you know, having a screen instead of a glass over there that's a mirror, because, you know, they're fine using on the motorway. When you're parking, they're terrible. So when you're backing up and doing maneuvers, you don't want to hit this. This is an expensive camera. You don't want to break this, right? So you're trying not to hit the other cars or a wall or whatever, pylons in a parking garage. So you're going to have to move your line of vision from here to there, from here to there, which is just terrible. So they're really not confidence inspiring at all. You know, while backing up, I was backing out of my driveway and there's like a pylon there in my entrance, and it's just really nerve-wracking. I don't like them at all. I don't understand the point, because you're not going to save any meaningful range with them either. They're just a gimmick and expensive, and yeah, I hate them. I would never buy a car with these mirrors, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody I don't hate. And back to the virtual mirrors. Of course, every mirror has to have its own screen. So you have one screen there, and then you have a screen for the left mirror, and then you of course have a driver display in front of you. You have the infotainment system screen here, and then you have a passenger screen. There are just so many screens now. It is unnecessary. And imagine this car when it's out of warranty, and one of these, if not several of them, break. Like, you're not just losing your infotainment system with this screen, you're losing your like visibility and safety. Like, yeah, I don't understand the move to so many screens. Call me old, but yeah, what's wrong with less screens and more buttons? Hopefully, now that we've learned a lesson, we don't want screens as consumers. Hopefully, the manufacturers and the brands are starting to move more back towards physical buttons and knobs and switches instead of screens. It's 2025, and I don't understand why this car that is brand new has so much glossy black plastics. You have this complete door panel here with buttons, and it's already nasty looking. And then you have the center console here. I mean, there's so much glossy black plastic. I've had this car for a week now, and look how dusty it is. I've dusted this off like 3 or 4 times, and it's smudged, and there are scratches here that, you know, just don't go away. It's such a bad solution. I thought we'd learn. Like, you always have to have a microfiber cloth on hand, which is fine, but it's just scratched. It's gonna look, you know, dusty and nasty and dirty in a day. on these, you know, surfaces that are vertical, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know why there has to be so much glossy black plastics everywhere. At least give me the option to pay for glossy black plastics delete. The A6 S6 lineup is the biggest wagon Audi offers, and it is a big car on the exterior. But for being such a big car and a big wagon, not only isn't the trunk that big at a little more than 500 liters, you do have a little of underfloor storage here, but not that much. It's not only smaller than the Volkswagen ID.7, its cheaper cousin that is smaller, but also the BMW i5 Touring. And on paper at least, the wagon version, the Avant, doesn't have any more space than the Sportback version, which is odd. And back to the interior again, it's a mismatch of different types of materials. So you have, you know, this rubberized plastic up here, which is stitched, and then you have this decor here, which is weird. And then you have, you know, this Dynamica, which is a really nice suede type of material, and then you have hard touch plastics there, a different type of plastic there, the door handles in a different color, the speaker grill is a different grade of plastic, and then you have this again, and then you have the scratchy black plastics there, and then, you know, you have your glossy black plastics. It's just a mismatch of materials. I don't know why they have so many different grades and colors of grays and blacks. It's just weird. I don't remember any Audis being like this in the past. What's going on at Audi when it comes to the interior department? It's just weird. The car we have here is the S6 version, which is the highest performance version in the A6 S6 lineup. It also has a lot of optional equipment, and it's the Avant version. So this car here is like 1.2 million kroners. So once you start piling on the options, this car can get very expensive very quickly. And I think at that price point, there are a lot of things about this car that isn't competitive or good enough for demanding 1.2 million kroners. That's 100,000 euros here in Norway without 25% VAT on the whole amount. So on the continent, this is going to be more expensive. Yeah, I'd say skip the S6, go for the normal Quattro version. You're not going to get the same performance, but you're going to get better efficiency. You're going to get that same charge speed and pretty much the same car, but save a lot of money, and it's going to be as good to drive. So there we go, guys. Those are the 7 things I hate about the new Audi A6 S6 Avant E-Tron. And a few of these things are actually, for me, possibly a deal breaker, at least if I was looking at the S6, which is the, you know, top tier, most expensive version. Maybe going for an A6, especially not the Quattro version, which is very competitively priced. I think I wouldn't be too worried about the things I don't like. But, you know, this car can get expensive, as I talked about in this video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later. Goodbye.